What's good, YouTube? You know what it is. OTP Bros back in the cut. You know,
Gang, what's up with it, fam?
Man, Jalen Trump could force civil war-like split in America. This by an expert, they say.
This shit is crazy.
What you think?
Me? I think.
Okay, if a nigga, you know what I'm saying? If it was me and I did some shit, y'all would put me in jail. So guess what? Put him in jail.
For me to be real, bro, it's like they're talking about like that could force a civil war like split, but at the end of the day, bro, like what doesn't force a civil war in this bitch? Like anything that's anything that's thrown out there, bro, it's always this side or that side, bro.
There's
like,
always a split.
It's always something that's splitting people, bro. Always.
If you ask me right now, it's mainly about like for a while now, it's been like the LGBTQ shit, like. There's so much like split down the middle for that. There's people that go for it. There's people that don't.
There's a lot, bro. Gun laws, abortion.
Yeah. I mean, abortion definitely been recent.
There's a lot of shit, bro, that you can talk about that gives it that civil war like feel, bro. Like you remember the taking the knee protests. Like it's a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like we get divided over a lot of shit rather than coming together as people.
We're already divided.
I'm excited to see this shit, bro.
If you tell me Trump going to jail wouldn't do nothing for me, it's another nigga in jail.
Like,
and if you ask me if he actually did some criminal shit, let me stop, cause it's contradicting. Cause like you know how people use like a certain man for like an example, right. And the example damn near be a nigga every time, you know?
Right.
And like I kind of hate that, so I don't want to say like. He should be the example.
You're just trying to say wrong is wrong no matter who says or does it.
Right, because he's in a position of power. So if we don't adjust that a nigga in power, then we'll always be ran by corrupt people because we just allow that shit.
Like how everybody was mad about, didn't Biden's son do some shit? And like some cocaine, some shit?
Oh, yeah.
Some shit. Bro,
did he do that on here or did I do that on my other channel?
Hell if I know, fam. We do so many videos a day.
That nigga did.
I seen
His
it,
son
though.
did have the code.
Seen it, though. But listen, bro, we finna dive into this,
it was
bro.
On here.
I'm excited to see this shit, bro.
Because we accept not loving your grandkids. We don't accept that. I'm just saying, like, Biden, remember? That's what was in that same conversation, the cocaine. Remember, that's what we was talking about in that video. All right, come on.
Fuck that.
Donald Trump is a maverick, but jailing him could force a civil war-like split in America. Nigel Farage wrote it, and Nigel's with me now. That's explosive language, Nigel.
Why Nigel match the picture?
And why the fuck
that's the name?
Why y'all got that? Why is the expert the motherfucker who said the shit? Why we didn't bring in someone who's unbiased?
Right.
Of course Nigel finna agree with what the fuck Nigel said. What the fuck?
What you're talking about is a dramatic split in our society. I put it to you. We've got a dramatic split already.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, we have, but it may get worse, and here's why. The modern day left believe that their views are not just different to conservatives, but they're superior. And they actually believe that they are superior people for holding those views. And therefore, in order to achieve their goals, they can justify any methods. That's why you see cancel culture. It's why you see people taken out of society. And that has now gone to a level where the judiciary in America has been overtly politicized. It is being abused. What is happening to Donald Trump is a travesty. And you know, what has kept the peace and security within Western civilization is respect for the democratic process backed up by the rule of law. And if people don't trust elections...
Real quick, what's Trump's real charges? Can you look that up? What's that nigga like convicted of or trying to be convicted of?
I don't know why with these fucking shades
on.
Trump charges?
Yeah.
He's charged with 13 counts.
What? Fuck you, dude. For the votes?
I'm pretty sure that's what it's about.
So what does that consider? Like, what is he technically like? Because there's no law that says...
There's some shit he did in Georgia, bro. Remember he fucked the Georgia election or some shit. He, like, did the votes.
Right. But there's no law that says, like...
You can't do that.
I know you can't do that. That's common sense. But, like...
No, I think there's a law that says you can't do that shit.
You can't book this nigga under votes. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's he booked under?
Yes, you can, bro. You're cheating the whole presidential election.
Okay, so then he's booked with sabotage or some shit. Or like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm trying to see what the charge, like, what's the actual charge? Like, I understand the crime, but, like, he wouldn't be booked under fucked with the votes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, what they really charged the nigga with. Sabotage? I can't even think anything else. You know what I'm saying? After that. Tampered.
200K, bro. That's not
He
shit.
could have been charged with tampering with some government shit. I don't know, bruh. Put that nigga, what's that shit called by the government? The black site. Take that nigga to the black site. For real, for real. If you're doing some crazy shit to the, you know what I'm saying, to the people that affect the people.
All right. Trump charges. In addition to RICO charges, Trump is additionally charged with 12 other criminal counts, including soliciting a public offender to violate their oath, conspiring to impersonate a public officer, conspiring to commit forgery with false electors, conspiring to commit false statements, making false statements, and conspiring to file false documents.
Yeah, he did a lot.
And then he got his co-defendants got hella shit too.
First of all, you got a RICO case. That's your main issue.
Or you got you on that Tariq St. Patrick.
That's your main
that
issue.
YSL shit.
Yeah.
Each defendant is charged with a unique set of crimes.
But that's why Jeffrey Sr. came out. You didn't see nothing about that? Did y'all see about that? Slime Pops.
Violating the Georgia racketeer influenced and corrupt organization.
For sure. He got one of them. That's some of the worst charges you can get. Jeffrey Sr., Young Thug Daddy, came out to the public and said that it was fucked up, that he has the same charges and was out on bond.
I seen that shit.
But then you gotta look at it. The situations is different though. So I'm like,
Young Thug and them was in their own violent crimes though. That's the difference.
That is included in the RICO.
Yeah, they had murders and shit.
Correct. That's the difference. It's heard. Let's get it.
And security within Western civilization is respect for the democratic process backed up by the rule of law. And if people don't trust elections, and if people don't trust the judiciary, if they think to themselves, there is nothing through peaceful means that we can do to change things, well then they start to think about other alternatives. And I genuinely think, and the situation is worse in America than it is in my country and elsewhere, but we're seeing symptoms of this too, that unless we get to understand that human beings can have different points of view that are equally valid, unless the left gives up on this total witch hunt against Trump and anybody with a conservative view.
I like what he just said, bro. That's the main shit, because what he had just said before that is that there are a lot of people on the left party who think that their views are superior.
Right.
And right then and there, when you say that you think your views are superior and then that you are superior to that person, you're not going to treat those people right.
Everybody.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree with me, then it's
I'm better than you.
Right. You don't know exactly, bro. People can never agree to disagree, and that's the problem.
Conservative view, then I can see people on the conservative side beginning to take the law into their own hands. I think it's a very, very dangerous cocktail.
I'd agree with that. Why are you so involved in American politics?
Well, because, Stuart, I first worked in 1982 for the famous or infamous Drexel Burnham Lambert. I've been commuting back and forth across the pond for 40 years. All of my working life before politics was with American companies, and I look to America with a shared language, a shared history, a shared culture. You know, you guys are the leaders of the Western world, and if America falls, we all fall. So it matters for a whole host of reasons.
Nigel, what are you doing? What's your role in Milwaukee? Because that's where you are now.
If America falls, we all fall. Most of these people are fighting to get to America. If America fall, what's the American dream, you know? What's that freedom, you know? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm these days, I'm out of politics.
You gotta get right.
Once we achieved Brexit, I left the European Parliament. I'm now working for a British broadcaster called GB News, so I'm transmitting back into the UK what is going on in America, and I'm, in many ways, sending it back as a warning.
Well, just tell them all how it is, for real, okay? Nigel, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Great to see you. See you again soon, I do hope.
Thank you.
Yes, sir?
I'll be real with y'all. I talked all that shit about Nigel. I fucks with Nigel. Nigel speaking them facts.
What shit you said about Nigel?
I said, why don't I have someone on here who wrote the shit? I said, why would we not bring someone in who's unbiased? But I didn't know Nigel was from another country, and he was just, you know what I'm saying?
That's the time when you say he looked goofy.
You said that.
Oh. Yeah, that don't matter. You look goofy, but you gave facts. That don't change that. Man. Goofy ass glasses on here.
No, that's some real shit though, bro. The problem in America, bro, is people can never agree to disagree. Like, and I feel like and then people, I feel like, start to hate the country, and I feel like all of us, like, we are the country. We represent the country, so you shouldn't hate the country. I feel like it's okay to hate who's running the country or who's in charge. And then I feel like if we all just love the country and we all came together, bro, of course not all of our ideas are gonna line up and be the same. But I mean, if we all are coming together for one thing, that we want America to be better, then I mean, shit's gonna go better, fam.
Thanks.
But I mean, we live in a social media age. People quick to beef about anything these days. It don't matter what you say. Like, people
we're
are real
believing
sensitive.
shit that's like not even real.
It's not even, like, to me personally, I just think that this generation is just a lot more sensitive than previous generations. We live in the social media era. Like, shit that was okay to say 10 and 15 years ago isn't okay to say anymore. You know, if you just look at everything, even like stand up and news, just everything in front of us is changing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, I think the problem in America is we the people, all America, fam. Like, that shit's in the Constitution. Like, we run this shit as a whole, and so like this shit not gonna get right till we get right. And that's just how I feel.
Factual.
Bro, let us know what y'all think. Let us know what y'all thought about the reaction. Like the video. Comment what y'all want to see next. Make sure you subscribe. We love each and every single one of y'all, bro. OTB. Ski. We out, gang.